This episode contains spoilers.
Check out our spoiler-free episode in the list of episodes.
I don't know how you could get over knowing that your mom kept your body in a freezer and then letting a demon eat it and throw it up into somebody else's body and still think like, oh, this is a good relationship.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Well, welcome back to another episode of
Microsodes.
I'm your host, Bobby.
And I'm Ashley.
Also a host of the show.
Also a host of the show.
Yeah.
I guess I should have said that, unless you already know. Which everyone probably does, if they've listened to one. But if you haven't, welcome.
You haven't been demoted in any way.
No.
You're still co-host.
Yes.
Is that the right way to say it?
I think so.
So co-host. So we're both hosting the same microsode.
Yes.
No one is above the other person in any way.
Correct.
Love it. Because that's exactly what I need. You're way above me in the editing portion of this.
Not above you, just the fact that I've done it before.
Right.
I mean, I'm not good, so I apologize for the sound quality, guys.
You're excellent. Don't put yourself down.
Well, I've tried very hard.
Well, do you remember that young girl that you were growing up? Why don't you bring her back?
No.
And that's the movie for today.
Oh, I didn't. Yep. I wasn't even there. Cool.
Well, it's not the Little Mermaid, if you guys thought it was that.
I was bringing myself back from my childhood.
That's it. See? It works in all kinds of different ways. So today's feature film that we'll be discussing is...
Bring Her Back.
Awesome. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that have very mixed feelings about this movie, but I'm very excited to talk about it.
I am as well. And I do also agree that there are a lot of mixed feelings about this one.
Especially on the interwebs.
Yeah.
As my grandfather used to say, can you type that into the Googles? It's okay. All right. So I'm going to jump into the movie details. The name of this film is called Bring Her Back. Its release date was May 30th of this year. If you're listening to us in the future, it's actually May 30th of 2025. So if you listen to this a couple years from now, welcome. Glad you found us. But this movie was made May 30th of 2025.
Yeah, and we're going to bring you back to May 30th. No, we're going to bring you back to November, whatever date it is today, in 2025. Sorry, that was a really stupid joke. Continue.
No, I understood the joke. It's just that you didn't have something
prepared.
I
know. It just came out of my mouth. It came out of my mouth at the same time it came into my head. And I know that can be taken very sexually. Now listen. That's not what I meant.
I take my hand, look at me straight in the eyes. Shrimp. Oh. Nope. I knew when I said it. When I see it, I have to act it. I'm a performer. It just came to the front of your mind.
Exactly.
You did an excellent job. Don't you even worry.
Thank you.
As a weird saying that I've said around the house, I don't know where it comes from, but don't fret, my pet.
Oh, you've referenced that before.
I know.
And I really like it.
Thank you.
But also, after you comparing me to the shrimp character, I decided that I will nominate myself to be the Kristen Wiig of movie review podcasts. I haven't listened to very many movie review podcasts. I probably shouldn't even mention that.
Well, if you want to, I think the only thing that I would say is the reason that we didn't want to do it is because we didn't want to sound like anyone else. We just wanted to be ourselves. I grew up as somebody who loved going to the movies. It was an escape from my reality at the time, and I think that really helped me through a lot of difficult situations. It's helped me out when I've struggled, with trying to pay the bills or losing roommates, losing apartments, losing friends, losing those kinds of things. Movies have been a way for me to escape where I'm at, even if just for that certain amount of time. you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's really cool whenever somebody brings something up. You don't have to be the something of movies, because you can just be yourself enjoying a movie. And I love your perspectives on things. Like, this isn't
Me?
a plug. Yes, you.
Oh. I
This
didn't
isn't
know
a
if you were
plug,
saying like in
but
general.
for our Vicious podcast, Ashley was incredibly vulnerable and gave us a little bit of insight into what it looks like inside of her mind, the way that she sees things, and then also what it's like for somebody who is it okay if I say it?
Sure.
Okay, that's been diagnosed and is
yeah.
being treated for mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really cool. That didn't have anything to do with the movie, right? I mean, it did, because that was a
Right.
perspective that you had. But I wouldn't want to listen to anybody else's podcast and try to figure out what makes them successful. If people like listening to us, that's what I'm most excited about, because
Me
we just
too.
talk about random things.
Yeah, we kind of hope to be your friends on the couch with you watching the movie.
Exactly. For a long time, we used to have a roomy movie night when I used to live in my old apartment.
Before my time.
Before Ashley's time. And what we would do is we just all sit down. We would try to make it one time a week, and we'd all just sit down and watch a movie together. And maybe that isn't something. Maybe you just moved to a brand new city, or we've been watching randomly. If you guys are out there and you like it and you want to have your favorite episodes, International House Hunters. I don't know how we got into it.
I know, it's so good. I used to only watch regular House Hunters.
Right.
And we haven't watched House Hunters in a long time, but International's so good.
It was incredible. And who knows when it's ended. I'm sure we'll do the research and deep dive into it. But
They still
there's
make
a
them.
lot of... Well, I didn't know. I didn't know.
You know what? I don't know for sure either. Go on. I continue. I apologize for interrupting.
That's the reason why I'm saying, like, we'll look into it later on, because I don't know. But one of the things that I am struck by is that there's so many people that are out there that go to take that big risk and move to a foreign country, like the woman that we saw today from Australia.
Yeah.
And then the guy that was moving to Mexico. I know that you didn't believe in a lot of what he was doing, but he made that leap by himself. And maybe sometimes you don't need to hear about the Bloomberg report. Not to say anything bad about the financial sector, but maybe you just feel like a warm hug, or an old knitted sweatshirt. And maybe that's, you want to turn on a movie and you want to listen to our commentary and our thoughts about it. I think that's kind of what we're aiming for.
I agree.
Something that makes you guys laugh.
Yeah.
Smile a little bit.
Exactly.
I mean, life is too serious.
I mean, there's so much going on right now. We're not going to get into that because this is not the podcast for that. This is your escape, like movies.
Right.
So,
Like Escape Room or
no escape.
Escape Plan.
I was like, Final Escape. No, that's Final Destination.
I loved it.
Yeah, there's no escaping that.
Yeah. Clap, 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 clap.
Thank you.
Well
I
played.
was very proud of myself
You
for
should
that one,
be.
actually.
All right. So this is probably going to be for the extended version. But getting back in, I'm going to start back off with the movie and all the movie details, so that way we can look to edit it. So if you're listening to the extended version of this, sorry you're going to have to hear it twice, but you're listening to the extended version, and this is the kind of stuff that hopefully will make you smile. All right, so we're going to go into the movie details.
Heck yeah.
So the movie name for today's feature film is Bring Her Back. It was released on May 30th of 2025. Now, once again, I'm going to get into the genre. There's a bunch of different genres. There's a lot of horror genres in it.
Can I guess one of them?
Sure.
Are you going into genres right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Okay,
Yes.
if we keep this in, it's because the microphone on his side just fell off the table.
No, it's going to be... Okay, so what's your guess? You wanted to do what the genre is going to be.
Okay, my first guess for genre is body horror.
That is one.
It is?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. How many horror genre? Or
I only did two.
two?
Or I did 3 total.
One
but you
is
have
just
2.
horror in general.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's the other one.
Okay.
And now I have one more.
One more horror.
No. One more genre.
Oh.
Because the 3 that I pulled from genre were horror, blank, then body horror. Because the other ones were psychological horror, supernatural horror.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then
gore. No, I'm just kidding. Thriller.
Probably. Is that
I'm
your
asking.
guess?
Yeah. No. Is the other one end in horror also?
No.
Psychological?
Pretty good guess. It's mystery.
Oh, you know what? That's very accurate.
Yeah.
I would definitely include mystery in the pack of genres for the movie.
I think so too. There's a lot of horror in this movie, just so you guys know.
Yes.
I'm coming up on the R rating in just a moment, but that's like a preview of what's coming next. The runtime was 1 hour and 44 minutes. Just so you guys know, it feels much longer than that.
I didn't know how soon we were going to start talking about our review of this movie, but I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. The rating was R, and I looked it up. It was because of psychological horror and bloody depictions.
And?
That was it.
That was it?
Well, there's a bunch of other things, but those are the things I took out. There's like brief use of alcohol and drug contents, like language.
Basically, if you want to watch this movie, you need to be okay with gore. And I also think that wasn't someone in the very beginning of the movie nude?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was his dad. Well, we can say this. This was on his. Yes, it was his dad.
I know. In the videotape. I feel like someone was topless at the beginning, or it just because
there is a topless person in that videotape, but I can't remember if they showed it at the beginning. The beginning I thought was when his dad died, and it showed his dad's penis.
It did?
Yes, that was the reason why you're like, should we be watching this on a plane? Because it kept showing his dad. He had the heart attack in the shower, and he was laying down.
Yeah, but they didn't show him.
Yeah, they showed his penis.
They did?
Yes.
Okay, I have to tell you, we watched this movie on an airplane. Yeah, on my iPad.
You're going to have to cut all this out, I'm
Why?
sure. Well, I don't know who wants to listen about this. Somebody wants to hear this conversation.
You're right. I was just going to say we were watching this movie on an airplane, and I don't suggest if you're going to watch this movie, watching it in public.
Well, the weird thing about... So that's a very interesting thing to bring up because there's a bunch of people that think, I think they even say it when the plane takes off. Oh, if you're going to be watching something, make sure that you understand the people that are around you.
But how do you know?
No, but remember, we watched on the plane... like literally plugged in. We were watching it at the same time.
Oh,
it was like,
yes,
don't worry, darling.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going down on her in the first 15 minutes of the movie. They're having sex like left and right. It's like, well, this is a movie that you put on there. So I think what they probably mean is like, don't watch a porno. But in all honesty, like if a kid is sitting next to you, maybe this isn't the movie that you would want to watch.
And that's the thing. That's why I'm warning you now. All those people looking to download movies on your iPad because it's going to be the busiest week of the year traveling.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you can watch this on the plane. I mean, we did. But I wouldn't recommend it as one if you were debating between two. This is probably... not the one to choose.
It's like if you wanted to watch a movie with your parents in the room, like
this
if you wanted, that is not the movie for you.
Yeah.
Like you just would feel awkward.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like while we were watching the movie, and I'm not going to give anything away. I'm just going to tell you about like the experience on the plane and being in my body during that time.
Sure.
Watching this movie and knowing what was on the screen made me feel like if I was a stranger seeing what we were watching, I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with that couple? What the hell are they watching? At some parts.
I agree with you, but it's like, I mean, you can look at what other people watch sometimes on an aircraft and you're like, really? That's what that person's watching? Like it could be something like a grown man's watching Bluey and you're like, is he on Is he on some kind of no-fly list, or should we check him out?
You know what it is? You know what it is? We were on an airline for the very first time. And
this isn't the first time we've ever flown. This is the first time we've ever been on that specific airline.
Yeah. And they have screens on the back of the chairs.
Correct.
And the armrests had the little like remotes in them.
Yeah, so if you were just imagining that you were sitting down inside of an airplane seat, on your right-hand side, no matter where you were sitting, on your right-hand side, there is a remote that's on the top where your forearm would rest.
Yes.
Because I just want to make sure that that's clear, because in other airplanes, it's on the side.
Yes.
So that way
Which
you
is
don't...
smart.
Right. So that way you don't run into the problem that we had.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine if you have the aisle... Both of your arms at both times can be resting on top of these controls. One of those controls is not for your TV. It's for your...
Oh my gosh, you're right.
It's for your neighbor's TV. And then if you're sitting in the middle, your right hand and your left hand also, or your left arm also control your neighbor's TV. The only person that... Unless you like build some kind of fort around it and make sure that no one ever touches your remote control, is the person that's closest to the window. You have no choice. If anybody puts their arms and their forearms on top of that, that's it. You're watching, I don't know, what was it, Country Jazz on channel 499 from DirecTV.
Okay, so basically we were watching my iPad. So we both turned our, I don't know, seat back screens off.
Right. You had to put the brightness to 0.
Yes. And then it would turn the screen off. Mine kept going all the way up to brightness. And then it was like in the radio stations.
It was randomly choosing which channels.
Yes. It kept scrolling up and scrolling down and scrolling up and scrolling down. And then all of a sudden it would stop. And I'm like, this is my chance. So then I turned the brightness all the way down again.
Yeah, because you're just hoping.
Hoping he'll know. And then he moves a different way and it's back up to the brightness, scrolling through all the radio stations again.
And we understand this is a first world problem. Like,
yes,
listen, we were on an airplane flying somewhere. We can't watch TV.
And also, it's
we get it. We get it.
We weren't even watching that TV, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It's just hilarious.
It's just a funny story.
Right.
Exactly. And it's just like, for people that are out there that have been maybe on this specific aircraft or dealt with something like that, like send us an email or let us know, because we'll try to avoid those kinds of aircrafts in the future.
Or we'll know to sit in the correct seat.
Yeah, the exit aisle.
Yeah, the aisle controls 2 TVs.
So does the middle.
I guess that's true. You're right.
Controls yours and mine. I was the only one that had no control over what was going on, but you were being very kind, so you knew better.
Well, it's because I'm very observant of my surroundings.
Well,
where
we
a lot
also
of people
took the
aren't.
thing, and then we took the armrest and put it up too, so that way we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
so we
well,
could
we
share
got on
the iPad.
we got on the airplane, and I was in the middle, and the guy said, "Do you want the armrest down?" Because when we sat in there, the armrest was up, and I said, "Yes, please." So he put it down, but if it was up, it wouldn't have touched the buttons.
Yeah, but you would have had to run into him all the time.
Yeah, when it's a stranger, I kind of just like my little space.
Yeah, I mean,
and he had no
sense.
problem with that. I think he was just asking to like.
He was being kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that there's been anybody in the past couple flights that we've taken that was so rude that I was like, get me off this plane with these people.
What about that lady who kept wanting to go to the back of the plane? Or no, she said, "Oh, I bought 5 tickets, but they're scattered around the plane."
Yeah, is there any way you could put us together? No,
you have to ask.
Any. Yeah.
I mean, these people reserved these seats,
right?
And you have to pay to reserve a seat up front.
I agree. I would say no. Sorry. Oh well, my kids are going to be inconvenienced. Cool. Well, to your point, are you going to buy me something then? Because I had to pay money for this seat.
Exactly.
This isn't like it was last minute and we just got on here. You had to pay to select that seat, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna give $30 away.
Right.
For what?
Right.
And what if your bag was already there?
Exactly.
Oh, I guess I can get it on the way out. Anyway, yeah, that woman, and then the 2 women that we were on the flight with. That the woman definitely knew the other lady was sick
Oh my God. Wait,
And we
was
had to
that
make an emergency fucking landing in like Colorado. I think that was when we were coming back from your parents' house again.
from Florida
Yeah.
to Colorado?
Well, no, it was from Florida to LAX, but that woman had like a
Yeah, we
whole
didn't.
meltdown right in front of us.
Yes.
And then the guy who was speaking
And she was
Spanish,
throwing up.
they kept
Wasn't she
like,
throwing up in the aisle?
she's throwing you up in a bag.
Oh, in a bag in front of us. And
Yeah.
we could we smell it? I can't remember.
I don't know if there was anything really to smell. I don't know what
good.
she was throwing
I
up.
thought it was bile.
It could have been, but they kept
Anyway.
putting oxygen on her face, and then they kept sending away the only person that spoke Spanish because her friend that was with her obviously was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know really what's going on with her. She just got out of the hospital 4 days ago, and they told her not to travel, but she's on the airplane today.
And this
we're
was
like,
after
what
COVID.
is going on? Yeah, and so that was the only people that I've really been upset with in the past couple of times we've flown. Because it's like, that doesn't make any sense.
There was one time where I was traveling somewhere, and I can't remember if it was for work or if maybe I visited my parents on my own. But I was alone, and they had to stop the airline because someone had a heart attack in front of me. And I think I was alone.
Was that so you've been to...
It wasn't this year. It was like 2 years ago.
Was it when you went to Ohio?
Yes. Yeah. It must have been when I was in Ohio.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time that in recent years
That
I've
I've traveled without you.
Yeah.
Other than this year. But...
Yeah. Well, that was just once.
Right.
And you would have told me if something like that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nuts. I felt so nervous.
Yeah. Remember we saw that guy, that gigantic fucking dude when we were trying to leave Florida? It might have been before that we got on that plane, but he was like almost passed out. Our plane was delayed and he had missed his other plane. And then we ran into the girl that missed her plane too. That was the first flight that she was ever supposed to be in. Or was all that in Tennessee?
I think I don't remember.
Okay, so remember we had there was that giant guy. The guy was probably 6'5".
The one that was drunk?
Yes.
Oh, right.
And then
that
they
was in
had,
Tennessee.
okay.
Oh, and then the girl that missed her. Yes.
Was that the same? That was the same terminal, right?
Yeah, I think that was Charlotte.
Good for you, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina. Right.
Yeah. It was like, what is going on in that airport? And the girl's like, this is the first time I've ever flown. I just got my first plane here. I don't know how to get back.
I got here 3 hours ahead of time, and then I went to the bar.
Because I was so
But they
nervous.
paid your name. They paid
yeah,
your
but
name.
she was blacked out. When she showed up, the plane thing had already been closed for like 35 minutes. And the gate agent was standing there. There was no one there. They were like, the plane isn't even here anymore. It's gone.
Right.
And then she had to get on the phone with some person in the middle of nowhere to try to bail her out of the situation. I mean, what do you say?
I don't know. She was going to Myrtle Beach, so she was probably going to party some more.
Yeah, well,
But
seemed like she had her own party in that airport.
exactly.
Okay.
I was going to say one more thing. I mean, not like this matters to anyone, but
It matters to me.
I feel like if it's your first flight, like if it were my first flight, I'd find the gate and I would sit as close to the gate as possible and wait there until they started boarding. I don't even think I'd have enough time to go to the gift shop. I'd be so nervous because I wouldn't know.
Well, it's not, I mean, you didn't feel that way that you took the first time you took a train, did you?
I can't remember.
Well, I mean, the first time you were in New York and you took a train.
Yeah, but they're like every 7 minutes or every 12 minutes.
Yeah, but say that you got there, that train was taking off at 9:15 and you were there at 7:15. You're like, I don't need to sit right next to this thing to figure out what's going on for the next 2 hours. Now, there's a person that exists on that spectrum.
Okay.
Now there's a person that exists on the other spectrum, which is I showed up 5.5 hours early. I'm nervous to get on to this train.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing Jaeger bombs up until the train leaves.
Oh.
Well, the train already passed me by. The train left 45 minutes ago. But I've been here for 3.5 hours.
I thought, what? You thought someone was gonna come and get you?
Right. Yeah, what do you think this is? You think
You
it's
get a
an
tracker.
owl?
Get a tracker from Applebee's. You know when they write
Yeah,
your name on. Now's the time. Now's the time to board the plane. I mean, that would be kind of smart. I mean, no, because then they'd get lost. I mean, obviously, it's not something you need to add to anyone's.
People would hold on to in an airport.
I mean, how would they? They would have to disinfect the shit out of that.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. Exactly. The shit or the vomit out of
Oh, gosh.
it. Yeah,
So
like
gross.
that woman coughing on her baby.
You told me that. I remember you saw that.
Yeah, in Arizona, but then I also saw it this time when the woman was coughing on the back of her baby's head. The other one was at least in the baby's front of his face. So the runtime is 1 hour and 44 minutes. The rating is R for obvious reasons. Psychological horror, bloody depictions, alcohol, the list goes on and on. Nudity. At any rate. There were 2 directors. Did you know this?
Yes.
Okay. Danny and Michael Philippou.
Okay.
I believe that's the way that you say their names. They're from Australia.
Okay.
Identical twins. And they have done a couple different directorial debuts.
Oh, okay.
So their very first one was on, they have their own YouTube channel.
Yes. I saw that in some audience reviews, but I didn't do much research. But it's a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot of research into that too because I didn't know how it would relate to this movie. But it seems like through that they got their opportunity to work on a couple of like really, really big time movies. So The Babadook, which is one of the ones that we've seen.
So they directed that one?
No, they worked. So they were able to work on it, which I think leads them up into the next one that we're going to talk about. So one of them was working as a directorial assistant. That was Michael Philippou. And then Danny worked on the camera and electrical department.
Oh, so they were more direction and cinematography.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I thought they directed together Talk to Me, which is one of our, one of the movies that we've really, really enjoyed.
That was one of my spectacular picks.
Yeah. And so they were the ones who directed that. And I think because they got to work on the Babadook in 2 different departments, it really helped them in that. And not a spoiler alert, but if you haven't listened to the Talk to Me or seen Talk to Me, they are actually making a Talk to Me 2. However, the first title is Talk T-O Me. Mm-hmm. And then the sequel is going to be Talk the number 2 Me.
I like it.
So there you go.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Those are the guys who directed it. Here are the platforms that you can currently watch it on for free with subscription. This is with subscription only. You're going to have to look it up. I can't tell you if it's YouTube Plus or YouTube Premium. I'm not 100% sure.
Also, I apologize. I got it edited a lot later than anticipated. So when we gave the Vicious movie prices or streaming prices, they were a lot higher than when I actually was able to post the episode. So I apologize for that.
So, and it also could be based upon the territory that you're listening to this in. If you're listening to it in Canada or Australia or something else like that, we don't know. We're just going based upon today's date.
That's why.
And that's why. So here are the platforms if you have a subscription or a Premium Plus subscription that you can watch this movie on for free. Mm-hmm. YouTube TV, Hulu Plus, Sling TV, the Roku channel, Amazon Prime Video. That's it. Those are the platforms that you can watch it on for free.
Okay.
If you would like to pay for it, depending on where you live and what they charge, you can also rent this movie or buy it on Google Play Movies, Apple TV, and Fandango at home.
Nice. Cool.
Because I'm not sure. I don't know if it's buy or rent.
Perfect. And that works because I feel like in the past, sometimes they change. Well, they always change. It depends on whenever we're saying this. And also some streaming services get bought out. So if we do say something and you're listening to this 5 years from now, you might need to look up where to stream it on your own.
If you're watching this or if you're listening to this 5 years from now, just go up into the top left hand of your screen, type in the search bar, look for this movie, and it'll tell you where you can watch it, or if you don't have that platform to watch it on, where you can rent it or purchase it.
I like it. So for this instance, you'd say, Bring Her Back 2025, where to stream, or something along those lines.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Did everyone vote? What was the favorite? This is Ashley's Corner. These are Ashley's reviews. This is Ashley's Corner. I'm going to give you the movie news. Was that one? Or
I love that. I wonder if we can do like these are the movie facts. Welcome to the movie news or whatever you just said.
I said movie news just because I thought it was you were going to read the synopsis.
Well, I'm reading the trailer that I wrote based on the trailer I watched. And this is not the actual trailer.
I'm writing the synopsis on the trailer.
Yes,
you watched.
yes.
Okay.
I'm reading the synopsis I wrote for the trailer I watched.
Right.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say it correctly.
Oh, are you going to say it again?
No.
Oh.
Do I need to?
I don't think so. I just didn't know because I was trying to make a song. But I said it was...
right. Oh, yes. I loved it. I loved the song.
But it was Ashley's trailers. It's actually Ashley's synopsis.
Well, it's Ashley's take on the trailer.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense if you love Star Wars or if you love broadband communication.
Well, I heard Billy Bob tell us that T-Mobile was really the superior
network. What did I tell you about him? I told you never trust somebody who wears their wife's blood around their neck and then is also okay with their brother making out with his wife.
Oh, okay.
And that was okay in their like relationship status.
Yeah, that's a very interesting take on someone's life for them to have. You're just stating the facts.
I was.
I'm so sorry.
Kind of like the facts that you're going to have right now with your Ashley's takes.
It's not facts. Okay, everyone. This is a disclaimer. These are not facts. This is my take on the trailer. It might not even be what the actual movie is about. It's just what I thought it was about based on me watching the trailer of the movie.
Ashley's trailers, this is your time. You watch the trailer and it's your time to shine. Tell the listeners what they're gonna see. Maybe. Ashley's takes.
Woo! Ah! That's the cheering in the background.
She's gonna have to cut all that out.
Why?
I think there's people lining up with pitchforks outside. They think that I'm the Frankenstein monster. That was terrible.
We'll put this on the extended. This is the extended version.
Oh, these are the deep cuts.
Yeah, deep cuts.
As the kids say.
Yeah, the raw edit. I mean, for the most part. Okay, this is Ashley's take on the trailer for the movie Bring Her Back. Thoughts of reincarnation relentlessly consume a woman's entire existence. But when her resurrection proves successful, who exactly has she summoned? That's it. That's my take.
Nice.
I mean, it wasn't really like the movie, but...
Well, that's what you saw in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
So, there you go.
Okay, now you're going to hear the actual synopsis.
Here's the IMDb synopsis for Bring Her Back. A brother and sister uncover a terrifying ritual at the secluded home of their new foster mother. End of synopsis.
That was fantastic. Your rendition of the synopsis was superb.
I guess. I think that yours was a lot more informative. It's interesting because I don't know if they're trying to like just cut down on verbiage or because I guess that's like concise. But I wouldn't want to see that movie. I would want to see the movie that you were describing.
I know. Doesn't it sound like that's how I expected the movie to be? Kind of like Talk to Me.
Right.
In a way.
Yeah.
Because it's like summoning spirits or whatever.
Right.
But that's what I expected. That's what I expected the movie to be in my brain after watching the trailer.
Makes total sense.
Is that what you would have thought? Or you haven't seen the trailer in a while?
It's not that I haven't seen the trailer in a while. I just thought it was going to be... I don't know, you probably wouldn't remember this, but I would say, like, that trailer reminded me of, like, the Pope's Exorcist. So I thought it was going to be more supernatural. I wouldn't have thought that it was something like a ritual or something based upon what I remember from the trailer.
Okay. Like a witch? Like the occult or something?
Yeah, or like demons that are running around kind of like...
like the Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the way that it was shot, the speed of the angles, how much there was left to the imagination. That's kind of what I thought.
I like that. Okay.
Well, it was incorrect, so...
No, this was your opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Or your expectation, assumption. I'm not sure.
I gotcha.
So, would you like to start with movie facts this week?
You know what? I will go first. My first one is very short.
Okay.
But it's also kind of fun. The major motion picture, Bring Her Back, was shot in only 41 days.
That's really quick.
I feel like, and we'll get into this a little bit later, I guess, in our review, that's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's either a budgetary restraint, a location restraint, or they were just so on top of what they wanted to achieve that was the time frame that they were able to succeed with it. I don't really know if there's that many people in it that are big time actors and actresses, so maybe I couldn't see them like having a time constraint for another movie, but it's just very interesting. 41 days seems incredibly quick to like film something like that.
I completely agree, especially when you have so many retakes and everything. And maybe the director was like, no, this is my vision. They're really doing a great job because some directors. Oh, yeah, you're right. Directors. Sorry. Thank you.
You're good.
Yeah, I think the directors, maybe they just agreed and worked with, the crew and cast obviously did a good job. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about this later. But the directors also probably weren't as nitpicky as some, I assume.
Yeah.
Those are the only things that I can...
Well, that might lead me into something that I'll talk to you about, my movie fact number 2.
Ooh, okay.
What about you?
So my first movie fact is that the girl who plays Piper, her name is Sora Wong.
Oh, right.
She plays a blind girl or visually impaired.
Not specifically blind, but yeah, visually impaired. I think if I remember correctly in the movie, she says that she can see
shapes.
She can see shapes and colors.
Mm-hmm.
The closer they are, the more they come into focus, but far away, it just looks like a blur.
Right. So in real life, she was born with coloboma. I should have looked at the way to pronounce these, but coloboma and microphthalmia, leaving her with limited sight. So coloboma is a congenital condition where part of her eye tissue is missing. Mm-hmm. And microphthalmia, which is an underdeveloped eye. So those are the reasons. But she actually is visually impaired.
Yeah, I think if I was reading it correctly, and I'm sure you probably have the rest of the fact, I think she was completely blind in her left eye and had like limited vision in her right.
Maybe she has coloboma in one eye and microphthalmia in the other.
Okay. I couldn't remember because when she's on screen, it kind of mirrors that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So very interesting.
Yeah. And she had no professional prior acting experience before this movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So then how did she, what happened?
I didn't deep dive into how she got the role. I'm so sorry. but she didn't have any professional acting experience before she was cast.
It's so interesting.
I agree.
I mean, for not having any kind of professional training in that, like being, I don't know if that's her first movie or not, she did an excellent job.
I agree. She really did. Like, she was a great actress.
Yeah.
And we'll go more into detail later, but I never would have expected.
No, not at all. So the second movie fact that I have is that the directors like to use something that they call the live action approach.
Okay.
Which I think kind of lends into what you were saying when I said that everything was shot in 41 days. What they require their actors to do is to start an argument with the other actor they're going to be in scene with that day at the very beginning of the day, so they can sit and stew around all day about this argument. And then when they come onto the screen, they capture their raw emotion on film.
This is incredible. I've never heard of such a concept before.
Did that make sense?
Yes.
Did I say it correctly? I
Yes.
had to read it right off of there because I hadn't heard that. I heard that, like, you know how method actors, like Hugh Jackman, to become Wolverine, he would take an ice cold shower every morning. So when he got on set, he was a little bristly and angry.
Oh.
But, like, this is the first time I've heard of directors, like, actively telling actors to get into arguments with each other about, like, small things and, like, let it brew all day so that way they can get that emotion out of them.
It's crazy because for me, I'd be like, well, I know I'm pretending to be in a fight with this person. So I think it would be really difficult for me.
Well, just think about if somebody did something on set or somebody did something that would make you really frustrated. Like, say that you walked into the dressing room and the toilet seat was up and that was your co-star. You might be like, hey, come on, man. Like, can we just, you know what I mean?
Right.
You could pick a fight about anything if you really wanted to.
So in that case, would he have left the toilet seat up?
Well, obviously, I mean, what do you want to?
On purpose?
No, but it's like the 10th time. Like, in your mind, you could think of something where you're like, oh, this is the 50th time I've told this person. Like, you could think about something like that.
Yeah, but I don't think any of that would make me stew on it. I mean, never mind. I'm getting too detailed into the things. I guess I would know that it was a fake fight.
What if you asked that person who's your coworker that is kind of a fake fight, but really you asked him to go return your beep returns, and they didn't, and then you got charged for it? Would you be mad about that? Because he said,
no.
He said, oh yeah, I got you, and it was 3 weeks later because you returned it 3 weeks before it was due.
And you know what?
And then it was still in his trunk.
You know what would go through my mind at that point?
What's up?
Shame on me. It's my fault for trusting him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wouldn't even feel like it was them.
So what if somebody borrowed your car and returned it with no gas?
Oh, okay. I'd be annoyed.
Okay.
I'd be annoyed.
Okay. Maybe something like that.
You know
I mean,
what? Because it
God.
makes my day harder.
Yeah. Oh, anything that makes your day more difficult?
Yes.
Okay. So then what the guy might do is the night before he might take all of your K-Pod coffee or all your stevia.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you're right. Because if someone just does something, it doesn't really bother me.
Right.
Unless it affects my life negatively, go ahead. Like, do whatever the hell you want because I'm for it.
Right.
But if it affects my life in a negative way, then I guess I'd get mad. You're right.
Well, you wouldn't get mad. You'd probably say something.
I'd be irritated.
Yeah. Probably like a low-key kind of...
Well, the first time it's like a warning. If Ashley has to ask you, there's something going on.
Well, the fact that you had to put yourself in third person right there, we already know. Watch out.
I don't know why I said it that way.
It's a weird flex.
You're right.
Yeah.
Hitting it with the lingo.
Lingo.
I know what I just said was totally uncool.
It was totes my goats.
Yeah.
You're so freaking bodacious.
Every time I hear the word bodacious, every time I hear it, I hear it all the time. When I hear that word, I think of the song Bodacious. Da, 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 da. Isn't that a song?
I don't know. What
like
song are you referencing? Are you trying to say that ass was so good gracious?
Is that not what it is?
That is what it is.
No.
But
Okay, sing the
it
song.
isn't bodacious.
Sing the song.
Yeah. It's Nelly, I think.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Apple-bottom
Nelly,
jeans.
but then I was like, I can't.
Boots with the furs. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor.
No, it's not. I don't think it's that one. It's.
Are you saying like? What song is that?
That.
Good God, that ass was bodacious. That's what you're thinking.
Yes.
But it's good gracious.
And sing the whole line. Good gracious. Oh, it's good gracious. Is that it? Because it says it twice, doesn't it?
I think it says that ass was so tasty.
Oh.
But I don't know.
I hope he's just kissing the cheeks.
Yeah. So his dad can run his credit card up her buns and grab his cash back.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
It's good gracious that ass was bodacious.
Yes, I knew it. Okay,
Yeah.
but you were right too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know songs like that.
Nice. Anyway.
Well, it's good to know that I don't do things that make you want to kill me. So I guess it would take a lot, but to capture your raw emotion on there. But yeah, that's what they deem as live action.
I love that. I wonder where they got it from.
Yeah, live action approach. I don't know if they coined the phrase or whatever else, but yeah, that's what it is.
Well, they did a great job.
Agreed.
So my last movie fact is that they had the brothers, Danny and Michael Philippou.
Mm-hmm.
Philippou.
Twins?
Yeah. Originally considered multiple alternate endings. This is a spoiler, just this part of it.
Mm.
One of the endings was one where Kathy, the dead daughter, would end up inhabiting Piper's body.
Right.
I don't even remember what happened at the end.
So at the very end of the movie, it was because she was, according to whatever this Russian videotapes were, the only way for this demon to regurgitate your daughter's body and soul into another vessel was for them to die in the same exact way that the other person died. That's the reason why they kept showing them like string the person up on the chair and all this other kind of stuff. So the mom, she wanted to drown her because that's what happened to the daughter. She like jumped in the pool when the mom wasn't paying attention and drowned. So what she needed to do was drown the daughter, and then the monster would come and throw up into her mouth all the stuff that she'd eaten from her old dead daughter, and then her daughter would be basically reincarnated inside this new vessel. Her soul would be there.
Okay.
So the alternate ending was that the mom succeeded.
That she was successful, and it was Kathy.
Correct.
But at that point, if Kathy was alive and she knew everything her mother did, I bet Kathy would be like, I can't believe you did this. Like, this is not the mom I remember. Because I don't think she would have been like that before she died.
I think that probably is one of the major points in the story is that, you know, sometimes your parents will do so much for you, but it might not be the right thing for you or for them. Not saying that it didn't come from a place of love, because you could tell how much she loved her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But it came from that person's obsession with the love and not reverse. So sometimes your parents might put, and this is just a generality, but sometimes your parents might put expectations, emotions, or memories on you that don't really mean that much to you because you were somewhere different in that moment. Like, I don't know. We'll throw this out as something from me. One time we won the 4x100 relay for my track team. And it wasn't anything big, but I was like, I didn't like it. I didn't like running that race. I just wasn't fun. But I remember I'm pretty sure it was my mom because my dad never came to my stuff, but it was more like she was so proud of the accomplishment and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so sometimes other people's expectations, including your parents, put more on a relationship than what's actually really there. And so I feel like in this, she might have wanted to bring her daughter back, but that wasn't what her daughter wanted.
Right. And I was thinking, if you're that obsessed with the love that you have, kind of like what you just said, by getting your daughter back, if getting your daughter back included hurting all of these people, it transformed her mom into someone that the daughter didn't even know anymore. Like, I would have wanted you to be a nice, kind person for your entire life, Mom.
Right.
Than to be killing these people for me. I know you did it for me, but they didn't do anything wrong to you. It wasn't like you were a vigilante for a good cause or you were killing my murderer.
I don't know how you could get over knowing that your mom kept your body in a freezer and then letting a demon eat it and throw it up into somebody else's body and still think like, oh, this is a good relationship.
Right.
For me to be in.
At that point, it's not even about the reincarnation.
And by the way, she still can't see either. Her vision's still going to be all jacked up. Because it had to be the same vessel. So she could never like run away from her mom either. She was always going to have to rely on her mom.
Oh my gosh, like Munchausen's by proxy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like Gypsy Rose Blanchard, just in case anyone's heard of that.
Right. I agree with you. It's such a very, very strange thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think I understand the reason why they ended it the way that they did.
I'm glad. I think they did because audiences want after watching what we watched, an audience wants something nice at the end. It's like you need some kind of hope.
But that wasn't what their original plan was. And
right.
So
but
knowing that, I agree with you. I think you have to.
Yeah.
That's probably not only what the audience wants, but maybe what that other person's family wants too.
Well, also for reviews is kind of what I'm thinking.
Right.
Like, I think people will, at least if something positive happens at the very end, that's the last thing you're going to remember about the movie.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's the reason why we do our reviews the same way.
Exactly. Those were some fun movie facts.
Oh, yeah.
That concludes our movie facts portion of the episode.
So what do you think? Should we check out this movie?
Yes.
For story, I thought this was a really original idea.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing that I've ever seen that's like this.
I agree.
So the plot and the story, it was like a mixture of mysticism, Satanism, murder, bloody, gory horror, all these different things. And that might sound like something that you've seen before, but it was wrapped in this very different package.
I agree.
What I've ever experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it was really entertaining for about the first 3/4 of the movie.
Okay.
As it got to the end, and I know I kind of sound like a broken record with this, but it seemed like they didn't know how to end it. And so because they didn't know how to end the movie, it just kind of built to this like huge crescendo and then just stopped. And I was like, I was just kind of a little bit let down. And then there was so many plot holes and loopholes. Mm-hmm. And I was just, like I said, I think it was a very interesting idea. I thought that the story was really original. It just left a lot to be desired. I think they left a lot on the table that could have improved it that much more.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's just funny because it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, where we watch movies with a different perspective. Mm-hmm. Like, we really do. It's not just because we're two different people with different opinions. We literally have two completely different perspectives on, I mean, even just watching movies.
Yeah.
And you said that you were intrigued for the first 3/4, and for me, the first 3/4, I like barely could get through. And then last quarter, I was like, oh, this is more exciting. But the first 3/4, I was like, come on. It was just kind of slow.
You thought it was slow?
I think so.
Wow.
Maybe I'm mixing it up with Vicious.
I think you're mixing it up. Well, I don't know if you're mixing it up with Vicious, but I mean, in the middle of the movie, the kid eats a knife and breaks his teeth off and then starts eating the table. Like, you thought that wasn't entertaining?
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now that you say that. And you're right, it wasn't slow. It's kind of like when I'm editing the audio for this.
Uh-huh.
If you see us yelling, the little, I don't know, wavelength is going to be taller.
Right.
So if I put that into perspective where it comes to a movie where there's a lot going on or something interesting, it was like kind of slow, very interesting. Slow, very interesting. And I kept thinking, okay, like, when are we going to learn a little bit more about what's going on?
Right. That's the reason why I was saying there was a lot of plot holes and loopholes that were in it that they never really got around to.
Right.
And so that part, I think you brought it up before, and if you haven't yet, I'm sorry for stealing it from you. But there's a lot to be desired for the backgrounds of the characters. And so I think that was the part that I was referencing, because there's a lot of stuff that's in there that the audience is just supposed to take on face value. Like, oh, this happened, and then you have to do this. And it's
right.
like, well, but why? Where did this stuff come from? Why is it just this way? What does it mean? And for me, I think that's kind of what led to the end not hitting as hard as the rest of the movie for me, at least with story-wise.
I agree. It's kind of like all of these interesting scenes kind of were adding up to something, but they were so disjointed and it felt really complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, when Andy had the protein powder or creatine or whatever, and the woman, God, I can't remember their names. The mom, Laura. What was her name?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
She was putting something in the protein powder, but it was so subtle. If I had looked away for a second, like, it just didn't seem obvious to me, which is good, because you don't want a movie where it's like, look at me pouring poison into a bottle. Like,
right.
That's not, you don't want to see that, but it felt like it was too subtle.
Yeah, I figured out that she was doing that pretty much right from the beginning. And
yeah, I had no clue.
Yeah, because are we still in the spoiler version of this?
Yeah, I think we're still in spoiler.
Okay. I knew from the moment that kid woke up and had peed on himself, like that it happened multiple times outside of the night that he was drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that there was something that was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, he's not drinking. All he's doing is staying in his room, so she must have done something.
That was so awful.
Yeah. And then filling up the jugs of pee and pouring it on him.
Yeah.
That's horrendous.
I could not believe that
It reminded me of that Frogger movie.
It did.
But for me, I thought it was the reverse. So,
and that does make a lot of sense, because now that I'm thinking back to how I experienced the movie, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, period, right? I think you're right. It wasn't slow. It had a lot of interesting points throughout the first 3/4. But I felt like they just kind of dissolved because I didn't know what was going on. So even though they were interesting scenes, I still never understood what was going on. It kind of reminded me of Mother in a way where I was confused.
Oh.
I mean, not you. You weren't confused because you knew exactly what was going on. I had no clue. So it kind of reminded me of the same mindset I was in.
Right.
Very, I don't know. It just seemed very complicated. Just like you said, there wasn't a lot of backstory to people. There wasn't a lot of backstory to the videotapes.
Yeah. Did they show that in the preview?
I think they showed the videotapes in the preview.
Okay, so just as this isn't a spoiler because they show it in the preview, one of the biggest loopholes, at least for me, was how did that person even get them?
Right. Where are they from?
I had no idea. And it was in a different language. I'm pretty sure that shows it in the preview too, right?
For some reason, I thought it was Russian. You know,
it is. I think that's what it was.
Oh, okay. And it's probably because we watch it with closed captions, and that's probably what it said. People speaking Russian.
I think so. Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if they said it was Russian.
Right. And we're not, I mean, and just as a side note, we watch things with captions because it's a lot easier to pick up and understand what is going on. Because sometimes people in movies, one of my favorite jokes is about Jason Statham, where it's like you can't really even hear what he's saying. And so it's sometimes it helps with the captions, so that way you don't turn it all the way up, and then the next scene is an explosion, and then you have to turn it all the way down again.
That makes sense.
Oh, I was just letting the audience know that's the reason why we use captions.
Oh, yeah. I love using captions because a lot of times people mumble.
Right.
And so I have no idea what they're saying. But that reminds me of one specific part that I wrote down. Oh, I wrote down when Piper knew the voice inside the room near the end, she thought it was like Andy's voice talking to her, but at that point he had already died.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's blind, she had no idea who it was.
Right.
And she found out that it was Oliver the kid. But I still wouldn't have known that if the captions didn't say Oliver speaking in Andy's voice. How would I know? Like, that's literally the only reason. That's very true. That's literally the only reason I knew.
Well, I think the other reason why you could know is because he was already dead at that point.
Yeah, but who else would be doing it? Maybe Laura.
Well,
I didn't even know that kid spoke.
He was... I don't know what you want to call it. Whether the person was possessed or what you want to say about that child.
Oliver.
Right.
Okay.
Oliver. He was talking to Billy, right? No,
Who's
he
Billy?
was talking to, sorry, that was the actor who played Andy. He was talking to Andy in Piper's voice at one point too in the movie.
You're right.
And
you're
so
right.
that's
You're right.
the only reason why
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But how would we have known if we didn't? Because that was probably on captions, right? How did you know it was Piper? It wasn't Piper.
Because when Andy was looking for Piper, he never found her. He just ran into Oliver.
So we just assume.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Okay. Overall, it just felt like there were little parts where things were left out.
Yes.
Like you're supposed to, I guess, put together the pieces in your brain. Oh, they did that, but it was like an escape room with no instructions.
Yeah, just lock you in there and there's no backstory.
Right.
Just like, okay, go.
No one even threw up a key. That's from
Shout out to
Vicious.
Vicious.
And it's in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler.
There you go.
Oh, I also, for the pros of the story, first of all, it was unique. Obviously, we already discussed that.
Very.
And I really loved how mentally strong Piper was.
Yes, definitely.
She was incredibly intuitive. She was headstrong, and not in a stubborn way, but in like an assertive way.
Yes, and I think we already talked about it, but for it being her very first movie,
yes,
I thought she did an incredible job.
She did. She did a fantastic job, and that's what I put in acting.
Yeah, so did I.
I think that's it for story.
Oh, okay.
I just really liked that she was so intelligent. They made her character intuitively intelligent, not like book smart, particularly.
Exactly.
But I think it was cool seeing a main character in a movie who could think critically.
That, and also I think it lends itself to the fact that people who are visually impaired, they have to have that because there's only so much that you can trust other people that are out there in the world.
Right.
One of my favorite scenes from Ray, shout out to Jamie Foxx, was that when he did Ray, they showed how Ray Charles would count his money and how he had it in his wallet a very specific way. Mm-hmm. So that way, if he handed somebody money, he knew exactly what he had given them. So if they tried to give him a hard time or give him the wrong change, he would have somebody he would know what he gave them. And then also he had somebody that was kind of helping him out too and say, no, I gave him this. Check that.
That's so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have like Braille on money.
Correct. So the way that he folded it, he knew what he was giving out.
Oh, he folded them in a certain way.
He folded them. He folded the money in a very specific way, so he knew what kind of change he was supposed to be getting back.
That's so smart.
There's so much that's out there that people can get taken advantage of. I'm just glad to see. It seems like this girl who plays Piper is going to do pretty well in the world because she's, to your point, very intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
And just really was a force on the screen, which I'm sure probably leads you right into acting.
Yeah. So for acting, I said, since there wasn't a whole lot of dialogue, the actors really had to express their characters' motives through body language.
Right.
And facial expressions. And I think they did a fantastic job because they expressed their emotions and feelings with their actions, but it wasn't obvious. It was subtle, so it felt realistic.
Yes.
And the way they just like looked at each other or hesitated for a moment felt like we could feel the fear that they had or feel the emotion that they had without them saying anything. And I think the actors did a absolutely fantastic job in this movie.
I couldn't agree with you more.
And I think all of the actors, like every single actor we saw, did a fantastic job.
I agree with most of what you're going to say, or
shoot.
most of what you said. Okay. But I'm going to read, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to read what I wrote down because I thought this captured my thinking about the actors. Yeah, I think this will help. So I think the three actors, Billy Barratt, the guy who played Andy, Sally Hawkins, who played Laura, and Sarah Wong, who played Piper, did an incredible job portraying the idea of instant families, sometimes glorified in society or in movies. Adjustments, compromises, secrets, and tragedy don't always get wrapped up into a nice little bow. It can be painful, gritty, raw, and make people feel uncomfortable and emotional, just like a real family.
Right.
And then at the end, I said, there were fine enough ancillary characters, but those three really stole the show. And I said, except for the dad, because that was really strange.
Oh, well, he was just... he didn't talk.
He did a little bit.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Okay.
In some of the shower scenes.
Oh, okay.
And so that was just, I was just like, I don't get this.
Yeah.
But those three, to your point, and especially the relationship between Andy and Piper, they did such a good job.
Yeah, they really felt connected, like they were actually siblings in real life.
Right. There's a scene at a bus stop.
Yeah.
And that reminded me of something that a brother and a sister would have happen.
Right. Like I won't give it details, but she talked to people and he just felt like he was being so protective. And I don't even remember what he said, but it just felt so natural, like something a brother would say to a sister, and the way he looked at her or the body language or what he did, it was just so good. I have no words.
I have no notes for
for acting.
Yeah, for those three, I think they did an incredible job. The kid Oliver, good at being that character, but not a whole lot of lines, so I don't really know, other than just being kind of a weird and kind of impending doom kind of feel.
Kind of intimidating in a way.
Right, but it's kind of weird because do you get intimidated by a child? It's just very strange.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like I don't know, this might be something I shouldn't say, but I'll say it anyway.
Okay.
So Oliver reminded me of, because he didn't speak, of like a wild animal. Because, like, you don't know what they're going to do.
Okay.
You
don't know what they're thinking.
Yes. It's like he was it just felt like his soul was so removed from his body that we were dealing with, like, a wild wolf. To me.
I mean, that's a really good analogy. I like that. Because Right. Even with like dogs or cats or
Yeah.
to your point, coyotes or anything else, they're looking at you. Sometimes they're looking through you.
Right.
And so when you're like, if you ever go to the zoo and you see like a tiger and it's looking at you.
Yes, that's how he felt, especially when he was standing in that pool.
Yeah. It's like, this is strange.
Yes. That's how I saw him. But
Absolutely.
he also did a great job because he did look menacing.
Yeah, he did look menacing. I don't know what to give him as far as acting because he didn't say anything really.
That's true.
So I just kind of left him out of that.
Okay.
But physical presence, physical acting, sure, I can go with that.
Sounds good. Oh, so for writing and dialogue, I guess I kind of brought this up in story, but I said that although the characters did a great job embodying the roles that they had, we didn't get a whole lot of backstory about them in general. However, it felt like the characters knew their backstory.
They were embodying it.
Yes, and it reminded me of the opposite of The Inheritance, the one that we did, because they over-explained their story very obviously.
Right.
But it felt like the actors didn't know what their backstory was. And this was completely opposite. Like the actors, we felt their backstory, but we didn't know their backstory.
Yeah, it was
for the
never...
most part.
We understood how the kids ended up with Laura, but to your point, before that, we didn't hear a whole lot about their lives.
Yeah. And I guess we didn't need a whole lot of that, but a lot of things just weren't explained or like verbally.
Yeah. And what I wrote down for writing was that in dialogue was that there was a bunch of missed opportunities because they had like a supernatural element. They had PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
They had adopting other cultural obligations because of the way that she was talking and what she wanted them to do inside of the house, but they didn't really hone in on one. So it felt like it was spread out.
That's so interesting. You're right.
Because he was dealing with PTSD from what happened in the story. She was dealing with PTSD in a different way. And then the mom was dealing with PTSD in a different way. So like Piper was dealing with it one way. Andy was dealing with it another way. And then Laura was dealing it with another way. And if it seems like if they had come together and actually like talked it through, maybe there was something that would have been there, but they just kind of started putting things all over the place. And I don't want to say they were throwing stuff against the wall to make it stick, but there was something missing that could have tied it all together. And that's why I said at the very beginning with the story, I felt like there was a lot left on the table and they left too much for the audience to decipher.
Agreed. Okay, I'm going to read what I wrote just because that'll be easy. Unlike other movies we've seen, like The Inheritance, where the characters explained their backstories, but we didn't feel like the characters knew their backstories, this was the opposite. And I know I just said this, but this might be more concise. In Bring Her Back, it felt like the actors really embodied their characters, but the audience didn't have much to go on.
Yes, I think that's very concise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did a good job without having to read your notes of explaining what you were thinking to begin with, because I think that tied it all in.
Oh, okay. And then I have a couple spoilers, but I'll wait until you're...
Go ahead.
No, with writing and dialogue, are you done?
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to, I can read what I wrote.
It's up to you.
Sure. So I said, poignant, brooding, really well written, where you can feel the angst and anxiety, but too on the periphery without providing the depth. The story hones in on a supernatural concept, PTSD, adopting other cultural obligations, etc., but doesn't really hone in on one or explain one completely. There was too much left for the audience to decipher, and I think they missed a great opportunity.
That was very well put. Okay, we know that the audience had to make a lot of assumptions about what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So grapefruit means I swear, which I assume means like 1,000 push-ups. Like from
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the quote, vessel has to be just close enough to death for possession. So Oliver had to be just close to death?
No.
What did she mean by that?
It means that you have to die in the same exact, the vessel has to die in the same exact way that the original soul that you're trying to use died. So that way it transfers the right way. So since this is a spoiler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oliver had to eat her daughter's dead body.
Right.
To get her soul.
Right.
She had to wait for the exact same conditions to happen. That's the reason why she kept waiting for the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had to drown Piper in the rainwater.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oliver was going to throw up into Piper's mouth. And then Piper was going to be Laura's daughter.
Right. Okay.
But she had to get somebody that was the same age and had the same ailments.
Ability. Oh, right.
Because her daughter was also blind.
Oh, yeah. So if she was put into a body that could see, she might be lost.
Right. I don't know if it's specific to you have to find the same age or anything else like that, because they never said that.
Right.
It was just supposed to be the same gender and the same ailment, I guess.
Okay. And how did you figure that out?
She explained it at the end to Piper.
Okay. I remember her saying that, but I didn't. So you knew this after we watched the whole movie?
No, before.
You knew
like
it.
When we were watching.
Oh,
it.
you did?
Yeah, because Laura kind of starts either talking to herself or something comes up on the screen or she talks to Piper about it.
Okay.
Because Piper's like, what's going on? Like this, that, and then she's like, okay, well, let me tell you what this is. Like an angel came and talked to me and you have to die the way my daughter did and so on and so forth. She either said that to her or to the other woman, the woman from the adoption agency.
Okay.
She said it to somebody along the way, but that's what it was.
Okay. And that's crazy because
But they had to say in the circle that was around the house. Because remember when he first started trying to take Oliver off the property, the devil or the whatever it was that was possessing him started like burning up and freaking out.
Oh, that's why he couldn't pass?
Right.
Now, we don't know anything about Oliver.
We do know that he was
kidnapped.
Correct. And he was kidnapped, and I believe he was at one of the parties.
Oh, one of her daughter's parties.
Right.
Oh, right.
Because she might have been part of the adoption place too. I can't remember if she was part of it or if it was Laura's actual daughter. But I think, remember, they said that Laura had worked at the adoption agency for 20 plus years. It was one of the best that they'd ever had.
Okay.
Because Andy went to say, this woman is nuts.
Yeah.
And he brought the cop with him.
Oh, right. Okay. And then when you were saying earlier about how she had to die in the rainwater, which I didn't even know until just now.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy? Because they had alternate endings that we don't know about. But you know what's interesting is that Andy died in rainwater. So maybe, because he didn't die in the pool, but he died in a puddle of rainwater.
Right, but he wasn't...
Well, he didn't eat her or anything. He wasn't prepared. He wasn't a vessel preparing.
Right. Right. Yeah, I guess so. That scene was pretty tough to watch anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to make this short, just like short answers if you know or if you don't.
Sure.
Why was Oliver eating the knife? Was it just because he was really hungry?
Yes.
But
because he's eating everything. That's the woman kept saying, like, you have to wait to eat. Like, I'll feed you later. I'll do that stuff.
Okay.
And the reason he handed him that piece of cantaloupe. He ate the cantaloupe, but then he also ate the knife. Then he started eating the table.
He did eat the cantaloupe?
Yeah, it was on the end of the knife.
Oh, so he just ate it because it was on the end of the knife.
Correct.
Okay. He ate it while it was on the end of the knife.
Well, he ate that, and then what's his name told him, like, be careful with that. and then he turned around because he dropped something on the floor, and then that's when he started eating the knife.
Right. Okay, because then
then when he took it out of he like fought him for it, and he was like, "Oh my God!" And he like went to go call somebody or get he went to go get the car keys or something, and then he started eating the table.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I thought during the movie. But then after the fact, I thought maybe he was just trying to kill himself. Like he was trying to bleed out so he wouldn't be possessed. Like so he didn't have to live there anymore.
No, at that point, I think that the devil or whatever was inside of him like had taken over until he got out of the circle.
Okay. So he was possessed.
Yes.
And do we know by whom?
They never said. That was another one of the plot holes. She said an angel brought her those tapes and told her what to do or something like that. And that's what possessed him, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she did something to possess him.
Okay. Yeah, because we still don't know about that. And
Right.
then I only have, why did she want Andy to kiss his dad? I wrote, was it to feed the soul back to the body?
No.
Like what?
I think she was she was trying to see how subservient he would be.
Oh.
Because she was saying like, oh, this is our tradition. This is what we do.
Are you part of the family now?
Right. And he wouldn't do it.
As he shouldn't have to.
Right.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
And that's when she bent down to give him a kiss. That's when she cut his hair.
Yeah, okay.
And then she fed it to Oliver.
Yeah, like why?
I think because she was trying to feed him like whatever that thing was possessed with. I think it was like wanting to eat
DNA?
Yeah, something like that. That's a reason why she wasn't giving him food. She kept feeding him her daughter's body because I think that was the only thing that he was supposed to be eating.
Oh, like he was only supposed to be eating humans, kind of.
Only her daughter, specifically.
Okay. The hair is so strange then.
It was very weird.
Because that's not even part of the daughter. Didn't she have hair?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So maybe, you're right, maybe he already ate all his own hair.
Well, yeah, probably.
Maybe that's why he didn't have hair, because he already ate it all.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to eat the chickens too, right?
Yeah, because he was so hungry.
Right.
Anyway, okay, that was all I had for the spoilers. Do you have any spoilers?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
For direction and visuals, I have to say there are a lot of positives for me.
Oh, yeah.
The cinematography was epic.
Definitely.
The angles they shot from, the perspectives they had, and specifically at the end, I think they just showed it from above the pool, like how they showed the pool at the end. I remember thinking like that was so cool.
Yeah.
And I have to also mention sound, because if you like ASMR, this is the movie for you. If you hate ASMR, this is definitely not the movie for you.
So for people out there that don't know what that is, why don't you explain it to them?
Oh, shoot. I don't know what hold on. Okay, let me look up what it stands for.
Okay.
Basically, it's like sounds. So if I were to, okay, I'm going to tap my nails on my phone so you can hear this. So like things like that, where extra sound effects, or if someone was, I don't know, scooping powder and putting it into a jar, it would be like you'd hear the scoop of the powder. It's like everything, all the sounds were amplified.
Okay, so I looked it up just for you because you were explaining it so well. So ASMR means autonomous sensory meridian response, and it's a pleasant tingling sensation that starts on the scalp, moves down the neck and spine, and it's triggered by specific gentle sounds, whispering, tapping, crinkling, or visuals, slow, methodical tasks, inducing deep relaxation, calm, and sometimes sleepiness. And it says it's subject sensory experience often described as a brain massage.
That is very interesting.
There you go.
I don't know if I felt it, but I just knew ASMR meant like interesting sound effects that people like, or that I guess stimulates some part of you. So not sexually. I mean, it could be sexual. I don't know. Never mind. Just
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to cut that out.
But I mean, the cinematography was out of control. The sound was great. The practical effects were amazing. Like, they got close-ups of the wood grain and the knife and all these different, I don't know, gory types of scenes. And they did such a great job.
Oh, yeah. They did an incredible job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and one note that I have, and this is the last thing I have for visuals at the moment. When watching the videotape, you could see the video playback reflecting in Laura's eyes. I think it was Laura, in Laura's eyes.
Uh-huh.
And it was so cool. Like the shots and the perspective. Anyway, however they shot this was amazing. They did a great job.
Well, that leads us back to the movie facts, or I guess the movie details, with the directors, the twin brothers.
Oh, yeah.
So they worked in the electrical and lighting department on The Babadook and on multiple other horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking in The Babadook, like, wow, this is nuts. And so I think
maybe we got to watch that again because I really don't remember a lot of it.
Okay. We'll watch it again. But they were able to take those skills, and I think that's probably the reason why some of the best directors that are out there, they either start off in making their own films and trying to start it off in some kind of crazy way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember one of the most interesting things I saw was Steven Spielberg made a home movie. Before he was ever in Hollywood, he knew he wanted to be a director. And so they showed one of his home movies and that he shot with all of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically like them storming the beach of Normandy or like a battle scene. But what he really understood, even at a young age, was the camera angles. And for the explosions, what they did was they buried a bunch of boards in sand. And when the guys would run over it, it would look like all the sand went up because they didn't actually have money for effects.
That is so smart. I don't think I ever would have thought about that's like engineering.
Right. And so he just it came naturally to him from filming at such a young age.
Wow.
These guys had an opportunity to work in the electrical lighting department and things on major motion pictures. So I think when they got the opportunity, they were able to utilize those skills. Additionally, probably being twins helps out a lot because you probably see things pretty close. If you're a twin and you want to leave a comment or let us know, it'd be interesting to see your perspective or hear your perspective on what that's like. Because I don't think at least for me, I don't know if I've ever met somebody who is a twin. If I have, I don't think I asked that kind of question.
One of my old friends is a twin, but they were fraternal, a boy and a girl.
Okay.
So I don't know are these brothers identical? Does it matter?
It's a great question. I'm not 100% sure, but I could also ask one of my coworkers. Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Do your twins see the same things? I saw the twins when they were 6 months old, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So.
But they seem to be very alike.
Definitely. And so maybe that also helps in what you're referencing and also helped with the direction of the movie as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because it felt seamless.
Definitely. And I wrote down in here for the visuals as well, kind of just to piggyback off of what we were just talking about. The direction and visuals, I think, really flow very well together from obviously the horror and gore, but also just creating that sense of overwhelming dread and doom. And it was contained, but it was also different. So the house was contained, but there was different rooms and you got different feelings in all of the different rooms.
Yeah. And in each room, it kind of made you feel isolated in a different way.
Right. Exactly. Until they got to the main living room, but even that, one of the characters wasn't really allowed to interact with everyone else, so also isolated.
Right. And that's so interesting because now that you're saying that, I think in this movie, the story didn't make a lot of sense to me, but the feeling you get from the movie is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Like you do, this really stirs up a whole lot of feelings in this movie. Not like you're gonna cry or scream or anything. But
well, you might scream.
I mean, you might. But it really touches a sense of emotion.
It's definitely, to your point, and it's, with the ASMR stuff, the visual parts of the movie might really speak to some people.
Mm-hmm.
The audio of like the rain and the, when they showing people driving and going through like a pothole and water goes everywhere or something like that, it really does lend itself to this sense of foreboding.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to your point, I don't think you're going to cry
no.
from emotion in it, but you do get a feeling of uneasiness.
Yeah.
And it's not specifically because of the writing. It's because of the way that it was shot and directed.
Yes, exactly.
So I think they did a really good job, at least for me, in direction and visuals with those things. And I'm not going to say a bunch of the other endings of what they had originally written because something happened very tragically, and so that's the reason why they changed the end of the story. I'll let you guys go out there and read it because I don't think it's appropriate for me to talk about, but if you go out there and you look at both of the brothers, the Philippou brothers, or however you say their names, I think that's the way it was, they have done a lot of interviews and said that they wanted to end the movie in a very different way, but because of this tragedy, they had to change the ending. So I even thought after that, okay, I understand why, but I still wish it would have ended a different way.
Yeah.
If you watch this movie, or when you watch this movie, if you want to figure out what those alternate endings are, they do say what it was supposed to be, but they say why they changed it. And I think that they would put it in far better words than I could ever. So that's the reason why I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh, okay.
So that's, outside of that, incredible. They did an incredible job, and whatever they work on next, these might be one of those type of directors, kind of like for me, like a Guy Ritchie. I really like the way that he shoots his movies. A Tom Cruise movie.
What is a Guy Ritchie movie? We saw one, right? Wait,
we've seen a lot of them. Well, I've seen a lot of them. I don't know how many you've seen. So like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Okay, no, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of movies that are out there. You just have to. So I'll read a couple, and then maybe one will trigger your mind.
The only reason I say that is because I feel like there was one that we watched recently, and you mentioned Guy Ritchie.
He's right.
Because he's a director, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So, like Wrath of Man. I don't know if
yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, okay.
The Fountain of Youth.
That's the one. Okay.
Right. He's just done so much. The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Okay. Kind of dark.
Well, it's fast paced. The story's good. It's gritty. There's a lot of action, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on, but it's all contained within the same place. So I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, Sherlock Holmes is probably, and the sequel are probably two of my favorite movies.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Because, you have all-star cast, and then you have a Guy Ritchie directing it, and it's just like, wow, this is awesome. Like, you've seen at least one of the Sherlock Holmes movies.
I think I saw the first one.
Okay. There's a scene in it where Robert Downey Jr.'s character is basically going through what he is going to do to this guy.
Okay.
And so he sees everything before it happens, and then it immediately happens the way that he saw it. And I just really like the way, like Rock and Roller was done that way, Snatch was done that way, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels was done that way. A lot of the ways that he does it, the action scenes, the fight scenes, it's just really, really well done. And so anything that he puts out, like he also directed Mobland.
Oh,
which I really enjoyed. He's British.
Okay.
But anything that he does, I'm like, I'll probably check that out. And maybe I'll do that with these two gentlemen too. Because I thought that what they did, while maybe not the greatest movie of all time, really great start to their careers. Mm-hmm. And I'd be interested to see what they come up with next.
Me too.
Awesome. Are you ready to go into overdrive with your overall score?
Yes. Are you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I would give the movie Bring Her Back a 3.25 out of 5.
Wow, we're pretty close on that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's interesting to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so I think the acting and cinematography were outstanding, but the story and plot felt underdeveloped, disjointed, and confusing. Okay, I wrote this in my notes, so I'll say it because maybe
Got to do it.
I said, however, this is the first movie that helped me understand the difference between critic reviews and audience reviews. Like the tomato meter versus the popcorn meter.
Right.
Because this movie, I would probably give it a 4.6 for cinematography and acting.
Mm-hmm.
But for the story, I'd probably give it like a 1.8.
I don't know if I would have
2.
gone that low, but I totally understand where you're coming from. And I think my end review, I think that'll probably touch on some of the same things as well.
Yeah, like, I guess I never really thought about critics versus watcher reviews. I'm like, they're watching the same movie.
Yeah, I think, film critics a lot of times, I mean, growing up with Roger Ebert?
Yeah,
I think
Siskel and Ebert.
Siskel and Ebert, right. You had that, and then they had like a comedy cartoon that was called The Critic, and it was this guy who would go around and he was a movie critic.
Okay.
I don't know what it is specifically, how these people have become like the voice of, oh, this is great. When they show like, oh, this has this person, Vanity Fair said this is a must-see movie, or
right,
or Wired Online says you can't miss this one. It's like, do people just pay for that? Do they actually really enjoy it? Because there have been movies where the tomato meter's like 1,000% or whatever it is, and then we watch it and I'm like, what was that?
Yes. And I think you were right when you said they pay, only because I know that working in fashion, a lot of those, I don't know, magazines like Vogue or Vanity Fair or, I don't know, Allure, any of those like beauty or fashion magazines,
right?
They'll say, oh, these are the top 10 things you need for fall. But what they don't tell you is that they got all of those from PR, and they're all paying for that product placement. So it's not really the 10 things you need for fall. It's the 10 brands that paid us for this advertisement without saying it's an advertisement.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
So, but for this, it made me think the critics are giving it a score with watchability and technical, I don't know, composition in mind.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll read you what I wrote, because I think this kind of ties in with what you were saying. So overall, I rated it a 3.45.
Okay.
I said I would rate this movie a little bit more highly because I like that they came up with an original idea. The actress didn't need to be Coach, and she actually suffered her ailments and was an incredible actress.
Yes.
Not a huge fan of the plot holes, changed ending, or some of the nudity.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
But I would definitely recommend seeing it at least once, maybe twice, if you miss some of the stuff along the way, and definitely around Halloween.
Yeah, definitely around Halloween. And
I mean, you could watch it anytime, but I probably wouldn't recommend watching it on Christmas Day.
No, yeah. We watched it on a plane. I probably wouldn't recommend it for a plane.
If you have kids around you at all, that is definitely not the movie for them to see.
No. Don't watch it around children. Don't watch it on a plane. But
yeah, I mean, once we were into it, I think it got a little bit better, but I can totally understand what you're saying. It's probably a little bit better to watch it when you don't have a lot of distractions going on.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple scenes where I was like, oh my gosh, I hope people aren't watching us watch this, because I think my jaw was open like half of the movie.
Yeah. You were doing one of those looking through your peaks in your hand.
Yeah, peeking through my fingers, especially at the knife part.
Right. Well, getting back to what you were saying, I think that ties it together, right? The idea was great. The visuals were incredible. The acting was awesome, but the story lacked.
Yeah.
And so exactly to your point, that's the reason why when we started off doing this, we would rate it different ways.
Right.
And so then that's where you come to your final conclusion.
Exactly. And I think that's what critics should do. They should say, this is my critic score, but this is my watchability score.
Like give two different.
Yeah, like I would give this a blank score because I know all of the different people and all of the different aspects that go into a movie, like lighting and sound and all of those technical things. But they should also give their review for watchability because the average viewer doesn't take a lot of those things into account. At least those aren't the reasons the average viewer is watching the movie.
Right. And I think that there's a lot of places out there where the actors will go on and tell you a little bit about what was happening, but it might get into too much technical analysis and, oh yes, we had to do this and, blah, blah, blah. And, when Tom Cruise goes on a TV show, he makes movies for the audience. And he says, like, I don't like using CGI that much. I don't like doing those kinds of things because I want the audience to feel it.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes critics get too caught up in the technical details of things instead of, to your point, the watchability of it. So that's a good idea. I mean, you might have just put us out of business, but if all these critics start giving their double reviews, but I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, it's like this is the technical review and this is the watchability review.
Yeah, I think, funny enough, synchronicity, I think Brandon Fraser is now doing another Mummy movie. And so, right.
How many Mummy movies are there?
Well, are you talking about the originals or are you talking about the reboot that Tom Cruise tried to do?
Oh, the original.
I believe that there's 3.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
But the last one had like snow monsters and all kinds of things, and people were like, "What
in the desert?"
It wasn't in the desert.
Oh, okay. So Yeti mummies.
Pretty much. Yeah, like Eddie money, but not. And so one of the very first reviews for The Mummy, and I have to read this because I don't want to butcher it, but it was from Roger Ebert.
Okay.
And so this was the beginning of Roger Ebert's review of The Mummy. He goes into more technical analysis and stuff like that, but this is what he says.
What Mummy? Now?
No. This is the Mummy from 1999.
The first one.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is Roger Ebert's review of the very first Mummy, the one that came out in 1999.
Okay.
There is within me an unslaked hunger for preposterous adventure movies. I resist the bad ones, but when a Congo or an anaconda comes along, my heart leaps up and I cave in. The Mummy is a movie like that. There's hardly a thing I can say in its favor, except that I was cheered by nearly every minute of it. I cannot argue for the script, the directing, the acting, or even the Mummy, but I can say I was not bored, and sometimes I was unreasonably pleased. There's a little immaturity stuck away in the crannies of even the most judicious of us, and we should treasure it.
I love that review. That was fantastic.
That was the start of it, and then he goes through like the actual technicals of it. But that's like, that movie got trashed. But he was like, you know what? Sometimes trash is good trash.
Yeah, sometimes you just want an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to watch 90 Day Fiancé or The Real Housewives of Orange County or whatever, just because it's your guilty pleasure.
Exactly. And I think it's something that human beings like to do because I'm a human being and I like to do it.
Oh.
So
wow.
I'm just saying this is what all human beings are because I like to.
Got it.
But I really like seeing how other people live or how other people communicate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And watching shows like 90 Day Fiancé or Love is Blind or any of those like relationship type shows with people who are average people like us.
Right.
I really enjoy watching them and seeing what they do. Mm-hmm. Now, for me, the housewives seem a little inaccessible to me So it doesn't interest me, but I know that it interests other people just because it's a different way of living. Same with like Two Ton Sisters or those shows.
Right. That makes sense.
But I think that's really cool watching how other people. I don't know why I'm saying this. What did I just make this up on my own?
No, we were
so
talking.
sorry.
No, you're good. We were talking about how Roger Ebert said sometimes trash is good trash.
Oh, right.
And so that's where we went down that rabbit hole.
Or it was me. I apologize.
Oh, no, you're doing just fine.
I was late for a very important date, so.
No time to say hello, goodbye.
I'm late.
All right. Now that we have done our due diligence and we've given our listeners everything that they've wanted.
Exactly.
Let's hear what some other people thought about this feature film.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You want me to start off?
I would love
Okay.
if you started off.
This one, I don't know how they did it, but they gave it a half a star. I don't know where
Where did you find
I
it?
don't know. This movie was an absolute mess. Another suspiciously overrated horror film. I'm beginning to think that making a great modern horror movie is physically impossible. A few cringeworthy scenes, very little suspense, and extremely depressing. The lead character has to be the dumbest 17-year-old on the face of the earth. This movie sucks. End of review.
They suck.
I agree.
That was awful. First of all, the 17-year-old, it's the boy? He was smart.
Andy.
He was very smart.
I think it was just more of I think probably the criticism of it was he didn't do enough.
That's true.
That's the only thing that I could think of where that review came from.
That makes sense.
I mean, that person had a very strong opinion.
This movie will incite very strong opinions.
Yeah, basically. Okay.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I hated it at the same time.
Fair enough.
So for my first 1-star review, I'm going to tell you that, first, here it is.
Opinion.
Here is my 1-star review. Overrated and utterly frustrating. I genuinely don't understand the hype. The reviews are either lying or seriously overrated. The entire movie is a painfully annoying experience with a payoff that's just nothing. It felt like all that buildup led to absolutely nothing. After watching, I found out it's by the same director as Talk to Me, and then it all made sense. Same empty vibe. Just more style over substance. Feels like another Gen Z horror attempt that thinks being edgy equals being meaningful. End of review.
I have a question about that. Like, what movies are these people saying that are like the greatest horror movies of all time? What are they going to talk about? Like Poltergeist or The Exorcist? I mean, yeah, those movies were great for their time. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in The Exorcist that is left unexplained. I mean, they kind of hit on some of the points that I came up with, which was I really liked the first 3/4 of it, and then the end of it kind of let me down.
Yeah.
But I don't punish a movie all the way through as if there wasn't any redeemable qualities about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like everyone watches a movie for their own reason.
Right.
This movie or this viewer did not watch the movie for any other reason but to be entertained in that moment.
Yes. And the other thing about it, too, is what was the hype? I mean, I didn't even know, like, we saw it come out on here and we're like, oh, that looks interesting. We watched the trailer and we thought, okay. But I don't know anybody, maybe one of my coworkers, but I don't know anybody that talked about it. So when they're saying all the hype, that reminds me of, like, Weapons. People didn't really enjoy Weapons because they thought it was overrated.
Oh, right. Okay.
But this, I didn't hear, it wasn't like people were running out of their houses to go to the movie theaters to watch this.
Right.
So I don't understand what that point was, but I mean, it's their review. They're entitled to it.
Now, the only reason I think they're mentioning hype is because they gave it a 1-star review. So
Okay.
they obviously hated it. And the Google reviews from when I took these notes gave it 77%.
Okay.
Rotten Tomatoes was 89%.
Okay.
And IMDb was 7.1 out of 10. So
Yeah.
I think that's why they all got like over 7. So
I mean, but what if their favorite horror movie was rated a 1? Would like say it was a trash can meter or whatever
Right.
it is. Like they would say then the reverse. Well, this movie's great and everyone doesn't know what they're talking about.
You know what? They probably would. That's probably what they'd say.
I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinions.
That's true. Now, this is just a headline from another 1-star review, but it reminded me of what you said. You said it was the dumbest 17-year-old.
That's what one of the reviewers said.
A
user review.
User review said that Andy may have been the dumbest 17-year-old
on the face of the earth.
And the reason I now understand where they're coming from is the title of this other one. Movie would have ended 30 minutes in if protagonist called police.
Well, no, remember, see, that's funny because that's not true. The police didn't believe him. He did go to the police twice. See, they didn't even watch the movie.
Yeah, you know what? This is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Listen, whoever did that, he did go to the police twice. And then the police took him to the psychiatrist place or to the orphanage or the adoption place.
Oh, yeah, right.
I can't, sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah, I have one other 1-star review.
Okay.
1 star. I thought it could have been better. End of review.
Okay.
I just figured, you know what? That's pretty straightforward.
It reminds me of the reviews. I don't know what platforms have this, but you can give a star review, but then they say, oh, you need a certain amount of characters. So what did your viewer write?
I thought it could have been better.
Yeah, that's a good amount of characters.
You're right.
I mean, it's like the reviews on Amazon where you're like, oh, I would really like to know what is good and what's bad about this. I didn't like this product. Oh, why?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at least this was pretty succinct. I thought it could have been better.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true. Good for you.
Yeah. All right. I thought I would just, because that was a quick one. So
Yeah,
I
I like
I'd
it.
throw that one in there. And here is a 5-star review. The best horror film you'll see this year. Disturbing scenes that are nightmare fuel for the weak-hearted. For everyone complaining that it's not scary, I'm sorry, but name a movie that didn't rely on jump scares. This film did just that. If you enjoyed the film Hereditary or Black Phone, this movie's for you. End of review.
Huh. Okay. I could agree with the vibe of the movie being similar to Hereditary or Black Phone. Actually, you're right.
They're right. I didn't say it.
Well, actually, they're right because we didn't really get a backstory in Black Phone either.
Right.
For the most part. So yeah, that is pretty accurate. Now
And
that I think about
Hereditary's
it.
a little bit...
Yeah, Hereditary's all over the place.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad that reviewer said something that made you think. For a moment, you said, nah, okay.
Yeah, because I didn't think about it until I thought about it. I mean,
Right.
I guess that's how everyone thinks things. But sometimes my mind is a little different.
Just slightly.
Okay, this 5-star review reminded me of yours because you mentioned that it was the horror movie of the year.
According to this reviewer.
Yes, so the title of this 5-star is Horror Movie of the Year. So I thought that was fun.
Nice.
So it says, left me unsettled with crazy heebie-jeebies. You can feel the body horror through the screen. Refreshing and truly unique. If you enjoyed Talk to Me, you will love this one. This is definitely a movie that you can watch multiple times and still feel shocked. Just when you think you know how it's going to play out, it just keeps surprising you. End of review.
Pretty good.
That was a pretty good one.
I mean, it makes sense that if you like Talk to Me, you'll like this because it's directed by the same people.
Exactly.
So, and it'll be interesting to see their sequel to Talk to Me, which is Talk to the number me.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm having deja vu. And I think we talked about it before.
We did
in our Spooktacular.
Right.
Yeah.
And we also mentioned it in this.
Yes.
Right.
But
well, that was a nice way to end it. I always like ending on something positive.
Me too. And I have to make a note of, if you like Talk to Me, you might like this movie. I loved Talk to Me. It was like one of my top favorites for Halloween movies.
Yeah.
But this one is not in my top. I would just say if you're watching it for like to be entertained.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot more. It's more of a slow burn than Talk to Me, and then it has a lot more gore than I remember in Talk to Me.
Yeah. I think Talk to Me had a little bit more explanation.
Definitely.
And so that's the reason I like that one specifically better, but that's just my opinion.
Well, that's what we're here for. So, a positive note, it seems like a lot of you out there are downloading our microsodes and listening from different parts of the world.
Heck yeah.
And different parts of the United States. So we just really want to say thank you.
Thank you.
It's awesome. It makes us feel really good.
Yeah, it makes us feel like we're actually providing something that someone wants to hear. So we really do appreciate that.
Exactly. It's pretty cool to have an idea and have people support you. So thank you guys all for your support and for your ears for listening to us.
Exactly.
And Ashley, take us out with some ASMR nails on something. I'm kidding. Don't do it.
Oh, here. Okay.
There you go. Thank you guys once again. And remember, you can find us on
Instagram, YouTube, and wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you have another platform that we're not on, feel free to message us and
let us know. And if you guys have any movies that you think, wow, they might have missed this one for 2025, let us know. I mean, we can't watch every movie that comes out, so we try to do our best. It does take Ashley, I got to give her a lot of credit. She works tirelessly on trying to get the audio and the visuals right for this, and the vicious thing was awesome. It was just, I think my favorite too so far, and this is, what do you call that? The podcast art?
Oh, the cover art. Oh,
the
right.
I think my favorite two so far are Fall Guy.
Oh, yeah.
And The Electric State.
Oh, yeah. Those ones are pretty good.
Those ones were awesome. I also liked Caddo Lake. And I saw the vicious one a little bit, but I don't think I've seen the completed one yet.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. But she does a ton for this, so I really wanted to give you a special shout out too.
For thank you.
All the stuff that you do to provide this content.
Thank you. It's definitely a learning curve, especially with the last episode doing the extended too and the spoilers. It was very difficult. And then once I edited everything, I realized that I like ruined something with the sound, with the audio. So I had to redo the entire thing. So I apologize. That was late and it's all my fault. But I apologize. It's just definitely a learning curve for me. We want to get more of these episodes out because we love recording them. It's just difficult for me to do the editing right now, but I'm trying to get better. So thank you for being patient with us.
Yeah, and thanks once again for listening. Anytime that you guys have an email or a question or a movie or anything else like that, please feel free to let us know. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful whatever day that you're listening to this, and we'll see you on the next microsode.
Oh, did we forget to mention Catherine Hunter's interview?
Yes.
So after watching an interview with Catherine Hunter, I am very pleased to say she seems like a very nice woman.
She does.
She is British, and she has a very kind face when it's not in crazy, creepy makeup. So I'm very glad to be able to tell you that.
I agree. I thought, we've only seen her in things that horrify us.
Yeah, exactly.
And so she was, the interview that we were watching, she was getting a lot of praise or accolades for something that she did with Macbeth. And
they said she was playing all 3 witches, which is
right.
which is very cool.
I agree. And so we said that we would do it.
Yep.
We did it. And if you guys want to check out anything with Catherine Hunter where she isn't playing someone who feels like they're going to steal your soul with their eyeballs and her voice,
watch something we haven't watched yet.
Yeah,
check it out. Because I have
I'm
never
not going to
seen
check out the
anything
tragedy of Macbeth.
Maybe not.
No, I'm not going to see that.
No. But maybe you would love it.
Maybe.
Well, we'll catch you in the next
Microsode.